Hello and welcome back to another video, this time an unboxing, and yes, you've guessed it, it's none other than the Ultima statue. This is the Meister quality figure that you can get, or is it Meister? Is it Meister or Meister? I'm not sure. There you go, you can work that one out yourself. This was sent to me by fans. I didn't ask for this. They decided to go out of their way to supply me with this. Basically, the Square Enix store, at least on the European side, has this back in stock. And of course, this also comes with the emote. I am incredibly happy to be able to actually open this. This will be my first statue outside, of course, of the collector's edition for Shadowbringers. So I'm pretty hyped for that. So we're going to get to the unboxing of this. Again, a little bit shaky on the camera side. Sorry, I'm not used to this sort of stuff. We're not as good as some people on the YouTubes, but I've pre-cut a lot of these surfaces. This is before I realized that we've put it the wrong way up. That was always a fun thing to note. I was like, how does it open? Oh, right, it's at the top. I was also trying to be as careful as possible with the box. I quite like the box. I ended up later on just ditching the box and cutting out the artwork. But yes, there we go. So inside here actually is the code, which we're going to make it so you can't see that, because that would be not a good idea. Yes, let's get past that point. And inside here, basically, I was trying to figure out how to peel off the code, but never mind. It seems to be glued on with the might of 7,000-ish guardians. Here we go. Look at that. Already you can see the wonderful statue. So I've always wanted one of these since they actually debuted this a long time ago. And we actually got to see some of the statues when we were last at FanFest Paris. And I was like, Rose, we need to consider this one day. But there we go. That's it out of its main cardboard packaging, and this is the plastic packaging. They're quite well packaged, actually. That's my phone in the background there. Sorry about that. But that's probably somebody wanting to order one and asking me questions. I've no idea. But yeah, basically the packaging has these sort of like 6 bolted together parts of the plastic to keep it nice and intact, as well as the actual statue wrapped in some kind of cellophane. So it's actually pretty well wrapped, honestly. Let's quickly take a look at the box then, because this is what it's supposed to look like. Essentially, there is a little window that you're supposed to look at your figure through if you don't want to actually take it out of its box, and then there's some writing on the left there. We'll have a look at that in just a second, but I think that's pretty cool. Look at the artwork there of the Ultima itself. Very nice indeed. And we have that text, which surprisingly is picked up by this camera. The light conditions were not the best. Yeah, sorry about the camera sort of quality. It is what it is, I'm afraid. But yes, we'll read through that in a moment. But first, I just wanted to get rid of this packaging and get straight back into showing you what the actual item looks like. So taking this packaging apart is absolutely nightmarish, especially when you're trying to be as careful as humanly possible. But as you can see, there's quite a bit of force needed to pop these like segments apart. So it took a bit of doing, unfortunately. But it's better to be like that than not like that at all. But basically, they're 2 separate pieces of plastic sellotaped together that's just easily peel off. We actually have a mold here if we want to make a chocolate bar that looks like an Ultima statue. I did think that whilst I was recording it. I was like, oh look, we can make a chocolate that vaguely looks like that, but it'll still look like a phallic Santa Claus anyway, won't it? There's the other half. So as you can see, look, this cellophane wrap, very basic, but I was being as careful as possible here because it doesn't look like anything was damaged in shipping. So that's a testament to, well, DPD, amazingly. And also the packaging itself, which is exceptional. It's managed to survive, which is more than some of the other things that get delivered does. So yeah, look at that. That is the Ultima statue. It's absolutely beautiful. It's actually much bigger than I thought it would be. A lot of these statues are actually quite small. As you can see, there's a router in the background. Let's have a bit of a close-up then. So yeah, I think this is exceptional. There's the face of Ultima there at the top, and then as you go down you get more depraved, and there's the teeth and the maw of a beast, and then there's another maw of a beast, and then there's like an alien-esque tail, and then as you go around, basically you could look at this for hours and you'd keep seeing new things That's what I love about these statues in particular. They are so meticulously detailed. I do not want to attempt to dust this the conventional way. I think we're going to have to do it with air or something. There's too many bits that would probably break off. It's quite a wobbly one. The stand is good, but as you can see when I was moving it, it's a bit wobbly. Hopefully the camera picks up just how beautiful this actually is. I tried to make it focus as well as I possibly could. It's an iPhone, so it should be doing a good job of focusing automatically. I love these wings here. All of these separate points, absolutely fantastic. Again, I don't think I'm supposed to mention who this is from, but thank you so much. You know who you are. It is absolutely exceptional. Look at all that detail there. All over those kind of like almost peacock feathers at the end of spines. Very, very cool. The more you look at this, the more you're like, is it actually like this in the game? And yes, it's actually based on a render that they exported from the game. And then they obviously added a bit more detail and coloration. But it's pretty much what it looks like in the game. It's just you don't get that much time to look at it because you're the size of a pea in comparison. And the fight is pretty tricky. Sorry about the camera work. It's very difficult for me to freehand with a phone this sort of stuff, but it's still the most powerful camera I've got. We actually shot this in 4K and then downscaled it simply because I didn't want to upload a 4K video, and yeah, I didn't think we needed to. The quality's not that great anyway. It's the lighting conditions. I should have really put some more lights on. We've just got natural light coming in there, but look at all of those teeth and spines and oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? So next I thought it would be a good idea to have a size comparison because obviously, some of you might have this. This is easier to get. This is a collector's edition statue. So that should give a little bit of an idea of the size comparison. It's probably like just a couple of inches shorter than the Ultima statue there, but the base is much bigger on a lot of the other statues. And I haven't got any other statues, so I can't compare it to anything else. But what I have got is obviously the Encyclopedia Eorzea. That's a fairly big book. If you've got that, I think that would probably be a good comparison. Just going to grab that for you there. So that's the size of the encyclopedia, which is absolutely massive. So it's actually, that should give you a good idea, I think. I don't know. Is this a good comparison? I'm not actually sure. I'm trying to give you the best idea of scale. It looks deceivingly small, but deceivingly big as well at some points. It's kind of average size. I personally would have preferred the statues to be a bit bigger. I feel that they could obviously give us more detail if they did that. But it is what it is. I think it's a fairly decent statue, and it definitely looks the part as well. The only thing I would say is I really wished that the globe part that the monster is sort of on had like the ability to just poke a few LEDs in that and light that up. There you go. That's probably a better comparison. We got my original A Realm Reborn in Heavensward complete experience PlayStation 4 thing. Obviously, I've got the digital version of that now on the PS4 as well, but that was the original game case for that. And that should give you an idea. That's a standard size PlayStation 4 case. So it is pretty small, but it's not that small. It's still a fairly decent size. I always find that a lot of the time you look at things on a website and you're like, should I buy this? Should I not? Well, now at least you can know how much space this is actually going to take up. So that's why I wanted to include that for you, because it's something I couldn't find anywhere myself. Very deceiving sometimes, even if you see it in front of someone's hands. But look at how beautiful this is. I cannot get enough of how good this is. Thank you so much to the person or persons, they know who they are, that actually donated this towards me. I don't have a PO box at the moment. That's something I'm looking at setting up next year so people can send me stuff. But for the most part, it's just exceptional. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm incredibly indebted to you because it is so cool. But yes, hopefully we can probably start this. I said before I wasn't really that interested in collecting these statues, but since we got this one, I quite fancy the idea of getting hold of the Shiva statue, and I would really, really like to get the Odin one if it ever came back to the store. But rumor has it that that might be a thing. So stay tuned for any news regarding that. I don't know about any other region before anyone asks, and obviously some regions have different stocking than what we have in the UK and Europe. So anyway, thank you so much for this. This is an incredible gift. I wanted to share it with you guys, and really a bit of a PSA because there's not much of a size comparison and what it actually looks like. Sorry about the camera footage. Sorry about me actually filming it. I'm not a professional unboxer, so to speak. But yeah, thank you so much for the gift, and thank you so much for watching this video. I'll do a follow-up video on the emote in-game as well, and I'll see you all next time.